I want to tell you something before we get started. My name is Ray Collins. I'm 71 years old. I live in a small house outside Nashville, Tennessee. I grow tomatoes in the backyard. I drink too much coffee. I have a dog named Earl, named after my first boss, which already tells you something about both of them. And for 32 years, from 1981 to 2013, I drove an 18-wheeler across this country. Florida to Oregon, Texas to Maine. Every interstate, every back road, every truck stop between here and the Pacific Ocean. I've seen this country at 3 in the morning when nobody else is watching. Let me tell you how it all started. My father worked at a plant in Nashville his whole life. My uncle, too. My older brother, same story. Assembly line, 8-hour shifts, the same movements day after day. Steady, decent money, boring as death. I went to work there too at 20 years old. I figured that's just how it was supposed to be, that the Collins family always worked at the plant, and the plant would always be there for the Collins family. But I always watched the trucks since I was a kid. The way they rolled down the highway, big, loud, free. The driver sitting up high, watching the road, the whole world down below. I thought, now that's freedom. Not an office, not a plant, not the same 4 walls. The road. At 30 years old, I finally made the leap, took the courses, got my license, and started a new life that lasted more than 3 decades. People ask me, "Don't you miss it?" And I tell them the truth. I miss the road. I don't miss what it cost you. It cost you marriages. It cost you birthdays. It cost you not being there when people need you. You're always somewhere else. Another 500 miles, another delivery, another turn in the road. I paid that price. Every driver does. But the road gave me something back. It gave me stories. See, there's something about a truck cab at 2 in the morning that makes people forget themselves. They forget I'm just a driver. They forget I'm listening. A woman climbs into the cab somewhere outside Memphis, soaked to the bone, still in her wedding dress. No explanation at all. A man flags me down on a mountain pass in the middle of a snowstorm, tells me his wife betrayed him, talks for 3 hours straight, and by the end of it, I already know he's lying. A biker pulls up next to me at a gas station in Alabama. Big man, tattoos up to his jaw. Sits down across from me and cries like a child. 32 years of that. Every night, every highway, every stranger. I never told these stories to anyone. Not because they weren't worth telling, because I didn't know who to tell them to. My wife heard a few. My kids heard even less. You know how it is. You come home after 2 weeks on the road, and people are glad to see you, but nobody's really interested in hearing about the woman you picked up outside Shreveport at midnight, or the thing you saw on I-40 that you still can't explain. So I kept them to myself. 32 years of stories sitting in my head like a box in the attic that nobody ever opens. Until now. I'm not a young man anymore. 71 years old. Knees ache. Back aches. The dog wakes me up earlier than I'd like. But my memory is just fine. I remember every face, every name, every mile marker where something happened that shouldn't have. And I started thinking, what's the point of carrying all this with me if I'm just going to take it when I go? So I decided to do something I've never done before. Sit down and tell it. Let me explain what to expect from this channel. Some of the stories I'll share happened when I was young, 35 years old, just getting started. Green as grass and twice as dumb. Making mistakes that could have gotten me killed. Learning the hard way because there was no other way to learn. Some happened closer to the end of my career, my last few years behind the wheel. The kind of years where you've seen enough that nothing surprises you anymore. And then something does. There'll be stories about betrayal, about men and women who thought no one would ever find out. There'll be stories about bikers, people with their own code, their own justice, their own secrets. There'll be stories about women I picked up at night, each one with her own reason for being where she was. And there'll be stories simply about the road, about danger, about the brotherhood between drivers, about what 32 years behind the wheel can teach a man. I don't judge the people in my stories. I just tell you what I saw. The conclusions? Those are yours to draw. Let me tell you one small story right now, so you understand how this works. This was near the end of my career, December of 2012. I was driving an empty rig back to Nashville when I spotted a man on the shoulder of the road, standing in the rain, no umbrella, wearing a business suit that had long since stopped being dry. I pulled over. He climbed into the cab, and he started talking. He said his wife had been cheating on him for 23 years. Said he'd come home early to surprise her, flowers, wine, and found a stranger's shoes in the hallway. I listened. I nodded. But the longer he talked, the less I believed him. The details didn't add up. He said the house was in his name only, that the business was his alone, that his wife had asked for a divorce more than once, and he'd refused every time. And I realized something after 32 years on the road. Every story has two sides. And the one doing the talking isn't always the one who's hurting the most. I dropped him off outside a bar. He turned around and said something about how women these days have no decency left. I looked at him. Then I looked at the road. And I said, "You have a good night, sir." I never saw that man again. But I often think about a woman I never met. The one who spent 23 years living in a house where the doors were locked from the inside. No money of her own. No way to leave without losing everything. And about some man with brown shoes, maybe the only person in years who'd actually asked how she was doing. The road shows you who people really are. Not everyone who cries is a victim, and not everyone who stays silent is guilty. Here's what you can expect from this channel. No cheap tricks, no sensationalism, just stories, true in spirit, even if I change names and details to protect the people I'm talking about. I plan to post new stories several times a week. Some will be short and sharp. Some will be long, with turns you won't see coming. All of them are about one thing: what the road shows people when they think no one's watching. If you enjoy true stories about betrayal, about unexpected turns of fate, about people carrying dark secrets, and about real moments of kindness between strangers, stay a while. And if you're anything like I used to be, someone who likes listening to a voice that's seen a lot and has something to share, this channel is for you. My name is Ray Collins. 32 years, 48 states, more miles than I can count. Pull up a chair. I've got time.